Namaste, Sacred Masters, and welcome to this pick a card session for your shadow work. We have the deck shuffle and 3 random cards from the Dark Mirror Oracle deck placed before you. If you want to purchase this deck, look for the link in the description box below. You can pause the video and take your time to see if any of these cards resonate with you, and then use the time code in order to jump to the card you choose. This is card 1, 2, and 3. Don't forget there are many more pick a card videos to choose from. You can find them in my playlist, Shadow Work Pick a Shadow Card, on my channel's main page, so don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell for more pick a card sessions. After you pick your card, I will explain what each card means in the book. Now, the book's description is poetic and can be confusing sometimes, but for the sake of sharing, I will read it out, then give you my interpretation of it. You will hear my interpretation when I remove my mask and speak with my normal voice. I will also give you a shadow prompt in order to get started on some shadow work based on the card you pick, together with Grabovia codes to help with your shadow work sessions, or sometimes a link to another video relating to the matter. Alright, let's get started. Pick a card and jump to the timestamp. You chose the Obsession card. This card relates to the waxing crescent moon phase and is illustrated with an elven face, the hair entwined with bark and thorns, staring at a blank, clear, empty round mirror. The sentence that relates to the card is that all things lead to one, and then they disappear into one until only one remains. This card means that we chase comets and mirrors and shadows. Sometimes we actually chase cars or myths. Obsession is a trick of our perceptions. Many becomes one, and that one bloats as to take everything else. It feels like it, whatever it is, an idea, a person, an objective, flavors our life and gives meaning to it. As all the light through a lens, it converges on a single point, and that point goes ablaze under the greatest fire. But in truth, more than enacting our life, it numbs our attention to the rest. It makes us feel more awake by hiding the rest of the world under a cloud of slumber. Obsession is a drug. In small doses it whips, in big doses it kills. If we drown inside an obsession, we should close our eyes. We don't die in the darkness. We just fall asleep, and then we can wake up naturally. What this card is trying to say is that obsession can consume us. Obsession paralyzes us and leads us to compulsive behavior. From something as simple as checking our emails or phones to more dangerous things like addictions. Obsession usually starts because of shame, when we are preoccupied with how others perceive us, and eventually leads to anxiety. Your shadow prompt today is there something you feel attracted and obsessed by? It could be a person, a goal, or item you want. See how many you can discover about yourself, and ask if you have become possessive over it once you get it. The art of this shadow prompt is understanding what your obsessions are and letting it go. It does not mean to forget about it, but lift up the heaviness of obsession and let the universe guide you instead. Use the Grabovia code 10011051010 to put the energies of peace within your body. If you want to know how to use Grabovia codes in your sessions for meditating or journaling, check out the link above or in the description box below. I hope this session gives you something to work on. Pick up your shadow journals and let's start finding our inner and true authentic self. I'll try to post more pick a card every week depending on my schedule, so that gives you some time to sit with your shadow prompt and begin working on positive changes to a new life. If you found something new about yourself, don't forget to comment and share with others as well. This not only helps build courage and self-esteem, but it also encourages others that they are not alone. I'll see you in the next session. Namaste. The card you picked is Today for Tomorrow. It is represented by the full moon phase and is illustrated with a mother and daughter, or maybe twins, or the same person in different times. Red hair, a black dress standing at the top of some stairs under the moon in the wind. The sentence that resonates with this card is, I want it some, I want it later, gently. It may seem like a trade-off to sacrifice the person in order to secure a better future. That's what ants do. Or to sacrifice the future to enjoy a better present. Cicadas do this. Either choice holds a bitter taste. It's like watching a child play. Shouldn't she study? And if she was studying, wouldn't she regret not playing anymore? You meet a person you are attracted to. Do you go past and let it stay in a fantasy? Or you make a move and follow it through to the ephemeral ending? The endless choice between regret and remorse. What if, for once, we turn back to the dark? We do the unexpected and we shred it like a used dress. We can walk by the sea, as no one is around, and we skinny dip out of our worries. The present and the future as one single integrated connection. There is no choice because the road is only one. What we are today and what we are tomorrow may be different, but it is the same person. The card presents such an interesting thought, especially with the question of, should a child play or study? Should he or she be allowed to express herself or prepare for a better future? The thing is that we cannot see things in black and white, work or play. The universe gives us both as creators to create, and also to enjoy the fruits of our creation. We must have both work and play. Without it, the universe, you, are not in balance. So ask yourself today in your shadow prompt, where in my life is work and play not balanced? Have you been working too much, spending all your time on chores? Find some time to balance out a little play in your life. Whether playing means going out for a coffee with friends or playing video games, start to find that time. If you have been indulging in play too much, ask yourself, how can you work? How can you create? How can you bring value to others in the universe? If you need to work more, use Grabovio code 212-585-212 to help with determination and focus for learning. If you need to play more, use the Grabovio code of 214-5432 for rejuvenation and energy. If you want to know how to use Grabovio codes in your sessions for meditating or journaling, check out the link above or in the description box below. I hope this session gives you something to work on. Pick up your shadow journals and let's start finding our inner and true authentic self. I'll try to post more pick a card every week depending on my schedule, so that gives you some time to sit with your shadow prompt and begin working on positive changes to a new life. If you found something new about yourself, don't forget to comment and share with others as well. This not only helps build courage and self-esteem, but it also encourages others that they are not alone. I'll see you in the next session. Namaste. You picked the card Forgetting Oneself, represented by the waxing gibbous moon. It is illustrated with a naked young man whose curly brown hair are intertwined by a golden laurel crown. Half of a golden mask protects his eyes, while the sky around him breaks, ripped to take the shape of mistletoe branch. The sentence that resonates with the card is, eating the lotus flower, numbing our identity to go by the sound of music that was never ours. What this represents is the modern Adonis, an ancient Hermes, a grown-up Cupid shrined by laurel, mirth, and lotus. He is the welcoming allure of the present moment, the warm embrace which numbs everything else, like Baku's wet kid. If you let go of pressure and of pain, if you let go enough of your identity and the context you live in, then you will just feel better. It is what happens when you fall asleep, when you take refuge in the arms of a loved one, or when you watch a movie slumped ungraciously on a comfy couch. Sometimes, however, it asks more. It takes more out of you, more of yourself to be forgotten, to feel just a little better, forgetting everything, letting everything go. Not just as a moment of rest, but as a jump in the dark. It is like vertigo, but it is just a moment of rest, a moment of pause, a moment of uncreative unselfishness. So what? Let it be and sleep soundly. To interpret this card properly, we need to understand our purpose that the universe gave us. Look around you. We all came here to be creators, but too often than not, we become consumers more than we are creators. We spend our time consuming things, whether it is junk food or binge TV watching, that we forget we are creative. The word creative comes from the word to create. Instead of eating junk food, can we learn to cook instead? Instead of binge watching TV, can we write a story or journal instead? The universe doesn't judge what is a big or small creation, just that we create. Your shadow prompt for today would be, what am I consuming that I can cut back on? Think about something that you may do too much or too regularly, and ask yourself, how can you use that time to create something instead? You don't have to forego your favorite TV show, but how about cutting that time in half and focus on a hobby instead? Learn a new skill. Take up a new class, something. Use the Grabovio code 498518498 to increase determination and give you energy to go out and fulfill your purpose as a creator. If you want to know how to use Grabovio codes in your sessions for meditating or journaling, check out the link above or in the description box below. I hope this session gives you something to work on. Pick up your shadow journals and let's start finding our inner and true authentic self. I'll try to post more pick a card every week depending on my schedule, so that gives you some time to sit with your shadow prompt and begin working on positive changes to a new life. If you found something new about yourself, don't forget to comment and share with others as well. This not only helps build courage and self-esteem, but it also encourages others that they are not alone. I'll see you in the next session. Namaste.